Am I the asshole for laughing when I saw my newborn niece and she is black? Next story. I reported my friend to CPS. I pulled into the parking lot, took a plastic bag, and picked up some dog crap from the neighbor's yard and smeared it all over his car. Hey y'all, my name is Seisha. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna be reacting to some Reddit's posts. Am I the asshole mainly? I think I'm gonna do a confession this video because this one is juicy, oozy. I didn't read the whole thing, but it sounds crazy. Yeah, but before we get into the good stuff, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and come back for the next one too. Because once you're here, I want you to stay forever. We're family, we cousins. We're cousins like 15 times removed, but we're cousins, we're family now. You're here. Okay. All right, so let me find the first one. This one's, the title is crazy. Am I the asshole for laughing when I saw my newborn niece and she is black? Controversial title, I know, but listen, very controversial. Okay, because what's going on? I need to know the background. I, a 21 male, have a brother, 32 male, who's married to my soon-to-be ex-sister-in-law, 27 female. I'm Korean American, and my grandfather still has our family genealogy that dates back to our great grandparents. Yes, there are that many greats in there. All of whom were Korean. Meanwhile, my sister-in-law and her family that I've met are all white. I'm currently in college, so I wasn't home much, but of course, I took a trip back home when my brother said his wife was in labor. I got there after my niece was born, and when I arrived, my parents and their in-laws were outside the room. The situation was very tense. Wasn't now? So my dumb ass, hold on. So my dumb ass, trying to lighten the mood, barged into the room with a ta-da, best uncle is here, where's my niece kind of entrance. My brother wasn't in the room like I expected him to be, but then I saw a very beautiful baby who looked nothing like either my brother or his wife. Her skin was visibly darker and her features were definitely not like those of a white or an Asian baby. She didn't even look mixed, but she was adorable. I was stunned, flabbergasted, and so dumbfounded that I could only let out a laugh before apologizing and awkwardly excusing myself from the room. Damn. For the record, I wasn't laughing at the baby, but at the situation, I realized after seeing her. I know genetic mutations exist, but that only crossed my mind after I managed to process the situation. They did a DNA test, and sure enough, the baby is not my brother's. Lord have mercy. Are we surprised though? Anyway, what followed was a huge series of dramatic events. My brother filled me in after everything settled down. She did cheat on him, but it was a drunken mistake, and she swore she used contraception. Why I can't say the word? Is it contraception? Yeah, it's contraception. I'm tripping. He decided to get a divorce. Oh my God, they were married for obvious reasons, but my sister-in-law is still trying to win him back. When my brother cut off contact with her, she went on a rampage and started blowing up everyone else's phone, mine included. Other than begging for my brother, she keeps bringing up that she knows she's a garbage human being, but insists her baby doesn't deserve to be laughed at. I tried to explain, but now I'm being labeled as racist. My brother says I should just apologize and move on, but I don't feel like it. Edit as in apologizing again, but I'm all for moving on. Am I the asshole? Should I apologize? I would just give a quick apology. Like, my bad. It just caught me off guard, and just move on, because clearly she ain't a part of the family. She done got some of that. Don't say that, Station. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, I'll just make it a quick apology and move on, because girl, you brought all this on. Like, let's be for real. Let's not play victim here. Okay? Again. I forgot to add a crucial detail. I asked my parents first in front of all their in-laws, and no one said anything until my father told me to just see my sister-in-law without giving me any explanation. I thought my supposed niece was born with a disability or a deformity, or that the delivery had been very difficult. That's why I tried to lighten the mood and expected my brother to be there. Sorry, laughing my ass off. Looks like it's time for me to go to bed. Yeah, I think this is what I'm thinking. So first comment, not the asshole, she's grasping at straws. Lots of people laugh when they're nervous, and you can't always control when you laugh. You weren't laughing at the baby anyway. You were laughing at the knowledge that something big was going to go down. You can apologize if you want, but there really isn't any reason to unless you want to. Because one, she isn't going to be your sister-in-law anymore, so you probably won't see a lot of her. That's what I said. Two, she got caught with her hand in the cookie jar, so to speak, which actually is tragically funny. Just a little bit. You know, I hope she knows who her baby's father is. Because, yeah, if this happened to anybody in my family, and, you know, the male is the one that was misled, I'll say it that way, I'm going to be like, me and my foe, let's go. Let's go. Because this situation no longer has anything to do with us. Like, girl, you knew you cheated on that man. You had to know something. Because, girl, you had sex with this black man around the time that your baby was conceived. Like, we can count the weeks back. Yeah, you knew, girl. I'm not a cheater. I'm not. But if I was her, I would have been some kind of stressed. Because it's a possibility. You could be embarrassed. I would have been asking for a private delivery. I don't want any guests for the first 30 days. Not until we know that this baby is white and Korean. See, you didn't play it right. You didn't play it right. I'm not saying you should be manipulative, but it could have went, you know, it was still gonna be the same result, because girl, you cheated. And the baby is mixed. The baby is black. That's a black baby. Like, what are we doing here? No, not the asshole. Girl, do better next time. Like, you done got caught up, girl. It's unfortunate, but ain't nothing we can do about it now. Just love on your baby. Make sure your baby is taken care of, and give her all of the things that she needs. And I hope you know who your baby's daddy is. But anyway, next story. This is a confession. I reported my friend to CPS. It accomplished nothing and probably made the situation worse. Oh, hopefully this don't get too sad. Because say she love the kids. I really do. I do. Let me take a deep breath. I tried so hard to help her. I would give her rides, lend her money, clean her apartment, show up when she was too depressed to watch her kid or suicidal for years. I was finally very direct and told her she needed to quit. Ooh. I'm going to say Crystal. We here? Okay, cool. We are still on YouTube. Keep her abusive boyfriend away from her kids and start cleaning up after herself, or I would call CPS. We had this conversation while she was cleaning her apartment. I took a dozen 50-gallon trash bags of garbage out. So many bugs. At first, she was helping me and trying to get her kid to help, but she ended up screaming at him. He's 5. Oh. I told her calmly he did not know how to clean, but because she hadn't taught him, and to stop yelling at him. She had a panic attack. I comforted her and the kid. She took a break while I was cleaning. All fine. She told me she dumped her abusive boyfriend and he was in his car in the apartment parking lot because he's homeless, texting her and guilting her. She swore she was done with him, but she was worried how he'd react. I told her to call me if there was any problems and went home. The next day, I was supposed to come over and keep cleaning before her kid got home from school. She texted me she was tired. No problem. I asked if I could still come to see her kid since I'd promised him I'd see him the next day when I'd left the day before. She said sure, but make sure not to show up before his bus drop-off time. She was being evasive when I asked if her ex had left her alone. I could have taken a different route to an appointment, but I went a bit out of my way to drive past her place, and sure enough, her ex was there. Girl, I lost it. She had specifically told me she was dumping him because I was mad he didn't help her clean while living there. And I didn't want to clean up for him to enjoy it, as I already had many times when he left bruises on her. I felt she lied to me about leaving him so that I would clean for them. Ooh, girl, I didn't even think about that. Hold on. A mess. I pulled into the parking lot, took a plastic bag, and picked up some dog crap from the neighbor's yard and smeared it all over his car. Okay. Then I left and called her kid's IEP teacher. We had a relationship because I'd watch her kid while she was in rehab. I told her everything, and she said she'd talk to the kid's social worker and call me back. They both recommended I make a direct report to CPS, and even though I was mad, I cried. I didn't want to do it. It felt like betrayal. But then she and her boyfriend saw what I did, and she blocked me on everything. I figured I'd already fucked up and wouldn't see her kid again. I might as well try to get him some help. I called CPS, but the lady on the phone didn't seem to take me seriously. All right, Miss Social Worker Lady. All right, now. Even though I knew I shouldn't, I showed up in their parking lot for his drop-off time. He ran and gave me a big hug and then took off for his apartment. I didn't get to say goodbye or anything, but I wanted him to know he mattered to me. Hold on, I'm thirsty. This is a long one. His mom was pissed about her boyfriend's car. I tried to get her to talk to me and she ignored me. I got mad and yelled how could she choose her abuser over her friend of 6 years who showed up for her over and over. She consistently chose abusive drug dealer boyfriends over me and her kids. She lost custody of all but her young... Hold on. Let me try this again. She lost custody of all but her youngest. She still ignored me. I yelled. I called CPS. Now, girl, why would you do that? I don't know why. I hope she'd at least yell back at me, I guess. She told me to never talk to her again and went inside. I 100% effed up. I'm a traitor to my friend, and now I'll never see her kid again. CPS is so useless, and even if they did something, they probably make it worse. I don't know. I just didn't know what else to do. All my friends had been saying for years that she was taking advantage of me. Low-key, I knew that because I'd caught her lying many times, but I didn't care because I love her like a sister and love her kid and wanted them to have a better life. They all said to call CPS, but they don't know what CPS is really like. I knew better, but eventually caved and called them anyway. Now I can't help at all. The kid might wonder why I abandoned him. I have a really distinct car, and when I drive around the city, I hope he sees me and knows I care. I have a little McDonald's crock toy on my rearview mirror. He has a matching one on his backpack. Something I did when he stayed with me to help with after school restraint collapse. I don't know what that is. They mean we're connected when we're apart. Might not matter to him anymore, but it's been 2 months since all of this happened. But it keeps me going. I text her using text now to let her know I'm sorry and I'm still here if she needs me, but I doubt she'll forgive me. I effed up so bad. Anyway, I don't think there's any advice to be given since there's nothing I can do now. I guess I'm just screaming into the void. I miss them so much and I regret everything. Yeah. It sucks. It really does. Because, baby, it sucks when you have to break up with a friend or a partner and they have a kid. Bruh. Forget your mama. Forget your daddy. I miss you, dog. Like, you really be missing the kids. And it's just like, exactly what she said. Like, I hope he knows, like, I love him. Like, I still care about him, but I can't deal with your mama anymore. She definitely got in her emotions. And this one isn't even Am I the Asshole? It's just a confession. But the fact that she's in an abusive relationship, and not just a mentally or emotionally abusive relationship, she's in a physically abusive relationship. You messing with that man's car probably made it worse for her. Like, we have to think further than the moment too. And your friends are probably right. She was probably taking advantage of you because people in that type of situation, when they're dealing with Crystal and them, they're not themselves. Two, they're gonna do whatever they need to get what they want or to get what they feel that they need. And yeah, she was probably taking advantage of you because there is no reason that much trash should have piled up in that house, especially with a child living there, and she's lost custody of her other kids. First comment, that person is not a friend. Don't feel bad about it. You're doing your best for the kid, and that's more than his deadbeat parents have. That's true. And hopefully that kid is safe. Like, if you can't get clean for yourself, get clean for your kid, because they didn't ask for any of this. Like, yeah. OP responded, his dad hasn't been in the picture since the kid was 2. When given the simple task of picking up diapers, he kept my friend's money and said, whatever, OP will buy them. Forget that guy. I told her she was taking advantage of you. And then she let the baby daddy take advantage of you, girl. My friend went through a lot of the same trauma as me. We both struggled with addiction. She was one of the main people I got sober for, to be honest, even though she didn't do the same. I understand how hard it is. I feel like she wants to be a friend to me, but isn't healed enough. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta let people be and love them from a distance, because with her being in that state, like, and you being the type of person you are, you're just gonna keep getting hurt. Like, it's a hard part of life, but that version of her, she's not your friend right now. All you can do is pray for her, pray for the kid, and, you know, hopefully she goes into recovery and takes her sobriety seriously, because she's not gonna do it until she's ready, like, plain and simple. Also, I'm sure it was gratifying to turn that loser's car into a literal shit box, and I cheered for you, and I have no ill judgment. It's always best to stay above the law in situations like this. Also, messing with meth heads can be dangerous. That is true. They don't sleep for days at a time and become paranoid and delusional. Be safe and don't beat yourself up about this. Just keep trying to help that kid and stop helping his mother. Ooh, okay, last comment and then we're gonna wrap it up. She would never get clean with you around because you had to maintain her lifestyle. I know you had the best intentions and were trying to help, but it sounds like you were enabling her. She could continue to do Crystal and neglect her child/apartment for her abusive boyfriend because she knew you'd always be there to bail her out with her money, cleaning, and caring for her poor child. You did the right thing by calling CPS. Man, that's a lot. I hate when kids are in bad situations. Like, I really, really do. Y'all take care of the kids, please. Yeah, I really, really agree with the last person. You are an enabler. And I really, really hope the kid is okay, but she wouldn't have got clean with you around. She's gonna have to have her own quote unquote come to Jesus moment. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. And it's rough, man. It's so rough because it's so many layers to it. But what I see a lot of times when people end up, on drugs or, just in a rough situation, yeah, that's a bad hand. Sometimes we're responsible for our own demise. And some things, just happened to us and we couldn't help it. Like, she could have been traumatized as a child or neglected or abused. But I'm firm on this mindset. You are not responsible for what happened to you, but you are responsible for what you do with it, what you do with yourself. You're responsible for healing yourself. You're responsible for getting the help that you need. You're responsible for learning your own bad habits and, rectifying those things. So hopefully OP's friend can get it together before it's too late, because drugs are no joke. And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. My name is Seisha. Thank y'all for sitting with me for a couple minutes. Yeah, we've been on this video for a real long time, but it's okay because we family. And I love y'all. Y'all love me. But if you have not subscribed, I will withhold my love from you. Subscribe now. Anyway, I'm out of here. Toodles. Catch you on the next one, babe.